After 4 weeks of being in England, it's time for me to backpack around the world again. But I haven't got just one adventure, I've got two backpacking adventures coming up. So I left UK from my hometown of Darlington. I got a bus, overnight bus, all the way down to London, flew from Heathrow into Singapore and got a connecting flight after an hour of being there onto Australia. And I've been here since last night. I have jet lag, I am very tired. But the journey in total took me about 32 hours from start to finish. But where in Australia am I? I'm in Cairns. Now I'm about 2 hours drive away from Cairns, and this is the start of my first adventure, and I've come over here to house sit for my mate who's off on holiday for 6 weeks, and this is his land that I'm looking after with his dogs and various other animals. Now what I'm going to be doing over the next 6 weeks is doing videos probably every 3 or 4 days to see what I'm up to. Now I've already got a list of jobs given to me to keep me busy, occupied in the outback, in the quietness of Cairns. There is hardly anybody that lives around here. The nearest neighbours is about 10-minute walk, and this is a massive bit of land. So apart from the dogs to look after, one of the main jobs I've got is to make sure that all these plants are looked after, because you get the kangaroos coming across and trying to eat them all, along with the wallabies. But just further up here is the main job I've got. So just walking up a short space from up there, I'm now in the main area where I'm going to be working, and this area here is going to be turned into a subtropical garden. I am going to be, well, I've been told, I'm going to get rid of all the weeds all the way along down here to that tree there, and I've got basically make up a subtropical garden for an Australian place. So I've been given some money, I've been given directions to a nursery to find plants. I can choose whatever plants I want to plant down here, and the idea is to put a bit of privacy from the main road, although you only get about 2 or 3 cars a day going past here, and get taller plants to come all the way down here and going all the way up towards the gate. Now for the last couple of weeks, Queensland has had a lot of rain, so he's had this little ditch put in to try and get the rain away from coming down all the way down here. But yeah, so the garden that I'm meant to be construction will go all the way up here to this path. That's gonna be a lot of work. This is outside my comfort zone. I'm not really much of a gardener. I will be learning. But the other thing that I've got to do while I'm here is look after the poultry. Now down here is where he keeps all his chickens, his ducks, geese, and then further on down is the turkeys. Now these are all friendly-ish. I've met a couple of the roosters that don't like me already. Say hello. They'll go along as a gang. So over the next 6 weeks, when I do the videos, I'll get you introduced to the birds. They've all got names. I'm still trying to learn them all. Hello, how are you doing? Exactly. There's the geese there. And you can see, as I said, with the rain, it is so muddy. The dogs are happy. No, what are you doing? Don't eat that. Already there's some chicken eggs being laid in there. There is some geese eggs in that coop, which a chicken is protecting, which I've been told in the next couple of weeks when they hatch, I need to take them out and separate them. Oh. The other thing I've been asked to do is to build a duck pond. So this is the area. I'm trying not to slip here. So the duck pond is going to be here. This is just the overflow from the water that came out this morning from emptying all their various water vessels. So we're going to make it double the size of this, sort of really deep enough for the ducks to swim in and the geese with a sloping edge for them to walk in and out. Now when you go further on down here, this is where you'll see the turkeys. The turkeys themselves are in a separate coop because they're actually quite new to the household, and they're not. Oh, the dogs are used to the birds. I don't think these are used to dogs at all. But look at that. You're beautiful. So it's a male turkey and 2 females. One's laid eggs already in this little coop. And then further on up that way, there is another coop with a chicken and 2 females. And, sorry, rooster and 2 females, chickens. And they are there because of the fact that they do not get on well with the other birds, and they are being kept separate until they learn their lesson of how to mix with other them. So yeah, and there is other various jobs around the house down there, which is a river, a creek that's full of weeds. I need to get rid of the weeds while I'm here, and it's going to be a fun time. And the jobs I'm going to be doing, they're, like I said, way out my comfort zone. Never looked after animals like these before. Gardening. I've had a few plants die on me when I've been back in the UK. But that's for 6 weeks. And then, the next adventure, and this will be the ultimate backpacking adventure. And I am going to go from here, I'm going to fly to Manila, capital of Philippines, and from there I'm going to backpack by land, by sea, all the way back to UK. Now before you start looking at maps and going, oh, that looks a bit dodgy, I have actually done a little bit of research, and it is possible, as long as I don't go into the war zones within the Middle East. But that's going to take me about a year and a half, and that will be the final backpacking adventure that I'll probably do for now. But if you're going to follow me, see how I got on with these crazy jobs that I have lined up for me over the next 6 weeks. As I said, there'll be videos put on every 3-4 days. Watch me as I get attacked by roosters while I try feed them. Watch me lose some weight when I try and build a subtropical garden. And I've been able to be put on the insurance for their vehicle, which means I'm going to get out and about to the nearest towns, which is very small. We're not quite on the outback, but not too far away. But if you've enjoyed this video, you'll be able to press that like button. If you want to follow me and see how I get on, just press that subscribe button. But until next time, it's bye bye for now.